people. The fuck is wrong with you? Honestly.
We are in the middle of at least 4 unravelings. The unraveling of the post-war international order, the unraveling of domestic tranquility wherever immigration and customs enforcement agents bring their jackboots, the further unraveling of the democratic order with attacks on the Fed independence and, excuse the pun, trumped-up prosecutions of political opponents. Finally, the unraveling of President Trump's mind, end quote. All of that happening at once is shaping our future. As Robert Kagan writes in The Atlantic, quote, Americans are entering the most dangerous world they have known since World War II, one that will make the Cold War look like child's play and the post-Cold War world look like paradise.
Very clearly, these are programs for every single New Yorker. These are not programs that are going to ask the immigration status of any one of the children. All of those children are New Yorkers. They should all be enrolled in pre-K and 3K, no matter where they were born or where they come from. And we are also proud to be a sanctuary city. What a sanctuary city means is that we have policies in place, policies that have existed for years in this city, that deny ICE agents access into schools, hospitals, city properties, or even the properties of city contractors, unless those ICE agents can present a judicial warrant signed by a judge.
We witnessed was the collapse of the post-World War II consensus.
Wow.
The very world that made possible American prosperity. Yeah. The foundations that led Henry Luce to declare the American century. All of that collapsed right in front of us. And I think it's really important for us to understand. Remember, Carney said something, he said a lot of things really important. For the eggheads like me, he invoked Thucydides. He invoked Václav Havel. And he said, in invoking Havel, he said, we have been living within the lie. And we can no longer live within the lie. As a middle power, we need to understand that we are in a world where it's been defined by spheres of power. And we have some bad actors here. And we have to understand our role, what we must do, given the values that animate us. And so the world that created American prosperity is collapsing right in front of us. And the presumption on the part of Trump and others that the world will not move on. This is not a world that's in tatters because of the violence of World War II. India is not coming out of colonialism. China is not in darkness. The world is entirely different than the world that made the U.S. a hegemon. And so part of what I saw there, in fact, I woke up in this in this deep anxiety, in this deep panic, thinking that how is it that the country is so arrogant that these people believe that they can say what Trump believes that he can say what he said, and not think that people will go, huh, and move on. And then the last point, Stephanie.
Please.
It's not just Trump. The American people elected him twice.
Yeah.
And so it's not just that he's not trustworthy.
Right.
We're not trustworthy.
Yeah.
European leaders need to take a note out of Mark Carney's playbook.
Thank you.
And I say that because he has been quite comfortable literally forcefully pushing back and using names. Some of the European leaders have tried to placate the president with flattery, right? Bringing him gifts and presents, avoiding contentious conversations in public. And Prime Minister Carney, frankly, and the people of Canada understand uniquely how to, if you do not fight fire with fire, essentially, as when it comes to Donald Trump and his bluster and his aggressiveness, he will try to take you down, for lack of a better point. And so the European leaders, I think, are working on steeling their spines privately. They have very rough words for the president, but they need to take a page out of Mark Carney's book, child. He was reading them down and standing up for the people.
we need to understand what this is all about, in my view. And we talked about this before on another show. I think this whole immigration policy is driven by fears around the Great Replacement theory. I think ICE is the largest funded federal enforcement agency.
It sure is.
Because it's charged to make America white again. And until we understand, until we admit that white nationalists have captured the executive branch of the U.S. government, we won't understand what they're doing, or we won't really fundamentally give an account of what we're seeing. And I think fundamentally, they are drawing the lines between either you're with us on this issue or you're not. Renee Good was an enemy. That's the thing. If you side with an America that is multiracial, that is multi-ethnic, and if you don't believe in their ideology, because this is existential for Stephen Miller. This is existential for these folk. And so it doesn't move by way of, as John Hyman would say, it doesn't move by the physics of traditional politics. He can be upside down on this issue all day long. It doesn't matter because it's existential, because these people believe that America fundamentally must be a white republic. And either you're with that or you're against it.
This is the primal scream of a dying regime. Pray for our enemies, because we're going medieval on these people. You're just not got a free shot on all these networks lying about the people. The people have had a belly full of it. I know you don't like hearing that. I know you try to do everything in the world to stop that, but you're not going to stop it. It's going to happen.
And where do people like that go to share the big lie? MAGA media. I wish, in my soul, I wish that any of these people had a conscience.
Ask yourself, what is my task and what is my purpose? If that answer is to save my country, this country will be saved.
War Room. Here's your host, Stephen K. Bannon.
Peleliu, one of the great battles of World War II. The American blood spent on Peleliu. To honor those folks is most important. Nor bin Laden. Closing thoughts, ma'am, and where do people get you? Because your commentary on all this is you are removed in Geneva, Switzerland, and it's outstanding because you've got a global perspective and can look kind of outside the United States back in about what's going on. But you warned about the color revolution in the opening minutes of the first hour, and now I'm telling you, folks, this thing in Minnesota is going to really escalate today. Your thoughts, Cleo?
Steve, the one thing I'll say is that my global perspective is compounded by my love for your country and my understanding of what your founding fathers set out to achieve. And it really pains me to see what's going on. But what's happening right now in Minnesota is really not random. This is what I'd like to leave the audience with. It's not random, and it's very, very much planned and fabricated. And the goal is to have chaos and conflict on the ground. And I would really encourage people to order Peter Schweitzer's book, myself included. I'm going to order it because I'd really like to read it to understand how your country has been infiltrated. I believe Mr. Schweitzer is focused more on the recent period. And so I'd also like to direct the posse to find online, because it's actually out of print, another book entitled The Invisible Government. So that's a very similar title by Dan Smoot, published in 1962. And this book, I actually printed it out because you can't find it anymore. So I found the PDF, downloaded it, and then printed it on my local printers. And that goes in really the foundations, more specifically the Council on Foreign Relations, and how through these different groups, they have really infiltrated since many decades, as we have discussed many times before, your country in order to completely obliterate its sovereignty, whether it's economic sovereignty, border sovereignty, and the undermining of the Constitution through all this legal manipulations and the lawfare that you're witnessing. So get informed, and I would really urge people to understand the broader context here of what's going on the ground.
Real quickly, we have 30 seconds. How dangerous a time is this right now for America?
incredibly dangerous, I would say, and it's going to escalate as we're seeing, and it's really important that you understand this, as I said, in a broader context and what needs to be done. And I really do hope President Trump will defend the sovereignty of the U.S.
Hang on for a second. I'm going to hold you through the break for a minute. Just stick around.
Here's your host, Stephen K. Bannon.
Okay, Rav's going to be coming into this and show. We're going to just show live what's going on. This is going to be a big incident. Tej Gill joins us momentarily. Noor, given your gravitas and the way people have followed you on War Room for years and think so highly of you, when you say something like that, extremely dangerous and going to get worse, people take it seriously. Where can they go to your website? Where can they go to all your coordinate points, including social media?
Thank you, Steve. My Twitter is @NoorBinLaden, and my Substack is noorbinladen.substack.com.
Ma'am, thank you so much. Thank you for taking Saturday and joining us. Appreciate it. And all the great work you did at Davos. Thank you. One of the smartest. Tej, you were on here a couple of days ago. You said President Trump's got to invoke the Insurrection Act or more of this is going to happen. We need order out of chaos, and the elements, the Marxist elements, jihadist elements there want chaos. Now, they say that the initial reports are the guy had a gun, had a weapon, pulled it, that initiated this action.
Yeah.
Fox News, Bill Malugin, actually has a photo of what Fox News is saying DHS is reporting a weapon in the suspect's car. Give me a minute or two on what you've seen, and then I want you to sell me some coffee.
Yeah, actually, I said this yesterday, Steve, that if they don't invoke their Insurrection Act and take control of the streets of Minnesota, someone's going to get killed. And this morning, someone was killed. Looks like DHS was trying to take this guy down, and from what I saw online, they say he pulled a weapon on him and they shot him. So that makes sense. They're not going to just shoot an unarmed guy on the sidewalk. There's 8 agents swarming this guy. So obviously he pulled a weapon out. He did something that they had to escalate to the use of force. So the police in Minnesota are standing down. They're not doing their job. Basically, DHS, the Border Patrol, and ICE agents out there are the only law enforcement on the streets right now, and they're being swarmed by professional agitators. A lot of these aren't organic protests. These aren't Minnesotans. These aren't people that live in Minneapolis. I'm sure some of them are, but not all of them. These people are bussed in by George Soros and Alex Soros and groups like that pay for these people to create unrest and chaos on the streets, and that's exactly what's happening. So Trump needs to send in the National Guard, federalize them, or send in the military and take control of the streets and get these paid agitators out of there. This is going to keep happening, Steve. This guy, whether he was an illegal alien or a paid agitator, these people are so emboldened now that they have no fear of law enforcement. They have no fear of ICE. They're walking around with pistols, and the federal agent's going to get shot eventually.
We said, by the way,
what's going to happen.
We showed it. We showed it 2 weeks ago when they started yelling, "You need to get guns." You saw the guy sitting on the back of the car with the guns. They're now getting weapons. Tej, this is going to be a long weekend for us. I'm going to go put on a hot pot of Warpath coffee right now. Where do I go?
Yeah, we got it. Warpath.coffee. Use promo code WARROOM. As always, we're doing 20% off this weekend for the War Room Posse. We have our decaf K-Cups up on the site because who knew decaf was going to be so popular, but people love decaf, so we started making decaf K-Cups. But just go on the site, read the reviews. Over 16,000 reviews. People love our coffee. It is the best coffee out there. The way we roast it, you can drink it straight black. We don't burn it at all whatsoever, and we use fresh beans, and we use premium beans, no garbage beans.
Don't bury the lead. 16,000 5-star. Maybe we got.
That's right.
I mean, it's unbelievable. The reviews are. One more time, where do folks go? I want everybody to go. Don't take it from Tej. Don't take it from Bannon. Take it from your own compadres. I've never seen this many reviews ever, particularly in the short life of the company. Where do people go, sir?
Warpath.coffee. Use promo code WARROOM. Get 20% off this weekend. And Try the coffee. If you haven't tried it, try it. People absolutely love our coffee. It is the best coffee out there. We turn non-coffee drinkers into coffee drinkers. And I'm not making that up. It's true. Non-coffee drinkers start drinking coffee.
And black coffee and black coffee. They don't kill it because there's no acidity. They don't kill the taste with the cream and the sugar. Anyway, Tej, thank you for your brilliant analysis. You called this shot yesterday. You said, hey, unless we vote the Insurrection Act, you get order down there and discipline down there. You're going to have killings. And what happened this morning? Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Steve.
Trevor Comstock, I want to finish it. This show's been pretty dark today. We started dark and it got darker. We need a little light. Feeling better and looking better. That's your specialty. Tell me what you got.
Yeah, great to see you, Steve. So I just wanted to quickly mention that we did recently sell out of the tallow moisturizer. It's just been selling extremely fast, but we are now back in stock, and all orders are being shipped. So we're good there. But also, the reviews lately have been amazing. Just I think during the winter months, people have been loving it, especially in regards to bringing down their wrinkles as well as their age spots through the anti-inflammatory properties. But for anyone that isn't familiar with the moisturizer, because we do get a lot of questions about it, it's really amazing because it's almost identical to the natural oils that your skin produces. So it actually nourishes your skin as opposed to just sitting on top of it. And to take it a step further, it is loaded with vitamins like the vitamin A, D, E, as well as K, which your skin does need to stay healthy and radiant. So that in itself is pretty powerful. But also, I did want to mention that it is intended for both men and women. It's one of the questions we get asked a lot. I use it every day, but it's just perfect for things like dry skin. Even if you have eczema or any irritation, it works great in those scenarios, as well as just daily skin hydration. So again, you can use it on your face, your hands, your body, your neck, pretty much anywhere that your body needs it. And then we pair it with the raw manuka honey, which is that naturally occurring anti-inflammatory property that helps bring down like the redness if you have seborrhea or eczema, or just daily, irritation.
People want to know how they get in touch with you. So where they go to the website, social media, and how they get in touch with you, sir, because people want to talk to you.
Yeah, 100%. You can go to sacredhumanhealth.com, and then you can always use code WARROOM for 10% off. Definitely check out the reviews. There's a ton of them, especially recently on the tallow moisturizer as well as our other products. And if you have questions, just let us know at sacredhumanhealth.com.
Get to Trevor Comstock, founder, CEO. Great job. Let's cut back. Let's leave you with the streets of Minneapolis and the brave ICE agents there, right there. This is going to escalate today, folks. I'll be up on Getter. Grace, Mo, Elizabeth, the whole team will be up. Maybe we come back later, depending on what happens. We're going to leave you now. Great job, Real America's Voice, my staff here. God bless. Stay tuned. Get us on social media. See you this afternoon.